A 14-year-old boy is dead and a 16-year-old boy has life-threatening injuries after two stolen vehicles police were chasing ran off the highway. First responders searched for hours for that 14-year-old boy who drowned after crashing into a pond early Tuesday morning. Good evening, I'm Kay Quinn.
And I'm Mike Bush. Our Jasmine Payute spoke with one of the departments who assisted in that rescue effort. She joins us live from the scene of the crash along I-255. Jasmine?
Mike, Illinois State Police are investigating. They say this all started when four vehicles they believe were stolen from a nearby dealership were seen speeding down I-255 right behind me. They say that kicked off a chain of events that ended badly for these two teens. A police pursuit quickly turns into a search and rescue.
From my point of view, we had a person in the water that had been in cold water who was in the process of drowning.
According to Illinois State Police, the drivers, ages 14 and 16, were riding in suspected stolen vehicles Tuesday around 1 o'clock in the morning. An officer from the Roxana Police Department started following them when he observed their two vehicles ram into one another while trying to make a turn. The 16-year-old was ejected after his vehicle rolled over. The 14-year-old crashed about 300 feet off the road into this body of water.
How they got in that situation, what led up to it is not really a concern of ours.
Edwardsville Fire Chief James Waterford says his surface rescue department did everything they could to find the teen, now identified as Harry Lennon Jr.
That's very sad. I knew the one that was transported via helicopter was 16, but I had no idea the other one was only 14.
So how do a 14-year-old and a 16-year-old end up in such a scary situation?
These kids are willing to risk their life to snatch a computer out of a car because they don't have it at home.
Darren Seals mentors young boys by speaking from experience.
I think I probably was like 12 or 13, the same age, not knowing, because you'd be so excited to drive.
He and other community activists are finding creative ways to tell children their actions have consequences. Most recently, he walked around St. Louis with a casket.
It's never too late. I mean, you can look at me. It's never too late. He got a warning.
Again, that 14-year-old was identified as Harry Lennon Jr. His body was found after a search that lasted several hours. The 16-year-old has not been identified. He is currently in life-threatening condition. Reporting live in Edwardsville, Jasmine Payute, 5 on your side.